All right, you guys, welcome into community chat. This is going to be Let's Talk Astro. All right, it is 10:46 on the clock. Trying to see where we are with the moon. 27 degrees and 2 minutes of Libra. All right. I'm noticing a trend in the energy for today, specifically in water signs. They're all at 25 degrees and something minutes, meaning that they're all moving towards the 26th degree. All right, so the sun in Scorpio at 25 degrees and 32 minutes speaks about adaptability. It says we must learn how to respond to the changing environmental conditions in which we live. All right, I'm seeing the 25th degree of Cancer, speaking about aristocratic responsibility. Becoming an influential member of a society requires awareness of current trends, of ideas and or beliefs. And then I'm seeing the 26th degree of Pisces. This is all water energy, so these are the trines that we're going to be seeing coming up on the 19th. I don't think they're happening exactly at the 26th degree, but they might be. All right, it says the freedom of choice for Pisces at 26 degrees. Civilization demands conformity, but the soul requires freedom to choose whatever comes next, whatever that means. All right, 28 degrees of Libra. Let me look at this energy. We're coming out of this energy. We were speaking about it in the energy check-in about mastery. Now we're at the 27th degree, speaking about spiritual perspectives. That's crazy, because in the last reading I just said there was like an incoming flight. All right, like waiting on an arrival. All right, like if there was a plane that was going to be landing. Look at this picture. That's wild. All right, so I don't know what that means, but we're going to find out. It says a realized person is able at will to take up a higher position of awareness that allows them to see both sides of the matter at hand. All right, so maybe there's something that, I don't know, needs for you to see something at a higher perspective. All right, let's get into it. I got Astro here. My Astro alignment deck. Yes, I know the transits. I can clearly see everything happening. So what's coming out, I will explain. Oh, that was a little too fast. All right, let's see. Everything just wants to fly out my hand. All right, let's see. All right, so the fire sign is being called out. The moon in opposition to Chiron today. That already took place. All right, Chiron at 23 degrees and 31 minutes right now of Aries. What else do we need to see? Mercury still in retrograde in Sag. All right, and there's nothing going on in Leo. So there's Mars in Sag at 9 degrees and 28 minutes. We'll look into those energies real quick. I'm seeing the fall equinox being of significance and what your commitments are. All right, and the shifts that are taking place right now overall. So we are in Scorpio season. We're about to ingress into Sag season in the next 3 or 4 days. So there will be a shift to this last decan of the fall equinox. All right. Let me just check in on fire signs and where we are with them in the sign of Sag. So we're moving towards the 1st degree of Sagittarius with Mercury retrograding. All right, today into tomorrow, and then we're going to see it step back in Scorpio. It's going to meet there with the sun, with the moon, and with Venus. All right. A grand army of the Republic campfires, the Sabian symbol, finding the meaning within our struggles. It is an aspect of life on earth that we will have a constant struggle against natural forces and other difficulties. All right, so that's maybe part of the shift here. All right, finding your meaning within whatever you're struggling with. I'm looking at 10 degrees of Sagittarius, a golden-haired goddess of opportunity. We spoke about this one. It says, disregarding society's definition of success, fame and fortune is the powerful goddess whom we serve unless we free ourselves from the illusion that she provides some sort of happiness. All right, maybe there's some sort of radiancy in where you feel that your opportunity for success is where your commitments are being tested here in the fall equinox. All right, let's see. There could be shifts that are taking place here. That's what it feels like. So Mercury retrograding back into Scorpio's energy at the 30th degree. The Halloween Jester is the Sabian symbol. You're going to be more than likely wanting to let off some steam. That's what it speaks about. All right, so allowing moments of controlled madness, all right, to take place. There's a heavy shift here in the energy. I see the 5th house, so this could have something to do with your hobbies, your creativity, what you find to be exciting, where you self-express. It could have something to do with children, all right, your peace, your happiness, your contentment, whatever you want to look at it as. That could be a heavy, significant energy there. Leo. All right, so if you have these heavy like water placements in the 5th house, who would that be? Water signs. I mean, any sun, moon, rising at the 1st house is always going to trine to the 5th. All right, so that could be something auspicious, but if it's challenging, it's because your commitment is being tested. All right, let's see. I'm seeing Sagittarius' energy in the 5th house. That is a sun, moon, rising, Leo energy. And then I'm seeing the lunar eclipse being of significance. The last lunar eclipse that took place was in the sign of Pisces. All right, so now I'm seeing I'm seeing Pisces, I'm seeing Sag, I'm seeing mutable energies. Something's going to require, again, what was it? The adaptability in which we were speaking about. All right, hold on a second. And it was given to Scorpio at 26 degrees and where we are right now. All right. Learning how to respond to the changing environmental conditions in which we live. All right, so something may have been illuminated at that lunar eclipse, all right, in the sign of Pisces, and where we're heading right now with the energy of Sagittarius. This has all to do with where you feel free, where you want a sense of adventure, where you want to explore, where you want opportunities to grow. A Sagittarius' energy is very like, it's mutable, so you kind of like go with the flow with this type of energy, and that's what we're about to step into here. All right, so even Venus is stepping out of Scorpio and heading into the sign of Sag. Mars being in Sag, the Sun will be in Sag. All right, Mercury will end up moving back into Sag after its retrograde phase into Scorpio. Anytime the Moon is in Sag, there's this energy of like optimism. All right, and it's going to be trining over to fire energy, which we have Chiron right now in Aries. Okay, so that's why I see a sense of radiancy. That Chiron wants you to deal with some sort of core wounding where you have to learn how to adapt to whatever your environment is. All right, and I feel like that's what's happening right now. Your commitments are being tested. All right, so let's see. Yeah, 8th house energy. Something either transforms, all right. Scorpio's energy is how to deal with your deep emotional feelings. It kind of feels like a metamorphosis. That's what it is. All right. The transformation, it feels like something completely changes, transforms, whatever that is. Let's see. I'm seeing cardinal energies here. All right. So something's been initiated and it's connected to the 8th house. Whatever the transformation it was that took place, all right, it's going to be an initiation of like a vision, a spark that changes a dynamic of cardinal energy is the initiator. They go and they make change. They take action. It is fire energy. Typically, it starts with Aries, moves into Cancer, then it moves into Libra, and then Capricorn, right? The 1st house is how you present yourself. The 4th house is your home environment. The 7th house is your relationships. And then you move into the direction that you want to go in life, whether that's your career or longevity, wherever you have to adapt to whatever changes they are. All right. But I'm seeing the 5th and the 8th houses. These are fixed signs. So this is a square here, meaning there could be tension, all right, when it comes to what your happiness is, what your contentment is, if it has to do with connections to children, if it has anything to do with how you self-express, how you want to be, you know, creative in your own way. Something is challenging you here at a square, meaning it brings tension to how something is going to transform for you. All right, and because we're moving into Sag season, it's pushing you to be a little bit more adventurous. Okay. So the 3rd decan of fall equinox is going to bring, like, this is like moving closer and closer. If you look at it with the moon moving into the last 10 degrees of its sign, right? It will be a little bit more amplified with you having to make a little bit more, you have to adapt more to the changes that are happening. All right, because there's going to be a shift that takes place every time you move into a further decan. All right, it gets like intensified. Let's see what this is. I want to know, why is it connected with cardinal energy? Where are things being initiated moving forward? Where's the spark coming from? Because the lunar eclipse is going to bring a highlight. Lunar eclipse takes about 6 months to make a complete change, right? Because it's overlooking all the energies. And the lunar eclipse literally happened right before we stepped into the fall equinox. It happened like right on the cusp of Virgo season into Libra season. All right. So think about when we're like around March, when we're ending Pisces season and heading into Aries season on the opposition of the fall and the spring equinox. Something that happened back in September is going to have the reflection of that change starting in March, April. Okay. So I'm seeing the waning crescent moon. So that's where we are right now. The waning crescent moon. We're getting ready for the new moon in Scorpio. So you're meant to surrender, restore, and trust the process of whatever's shifting in your life right now. All right. That's what I see here. I actually want to tap into this energy a little bit with this waning crescent moon. Hold on. Here it is. It says, the waning crescent moon is the phase of imagination and closure. There is clarity to be found in solitude, and during this time you are asked to trust yourself and the universe. You are being taken care of and your desires are heard. Surrender any expectation and release the need to control the outcome. With the last glimmer of the moon before it disappears into the night sky, the lunation is best for rest and recuperation, to prepare yourself for the new cycle ahead. Be receptive to the messages coming your way and internalize the wisdom of this mature moon phase. Trust in divine timing and that your visions are taking form step by step. So if we're moving into a new moon in the 8th house energy, you're going to end up going through an ending to a new beginning. And that's what this feels like. It's like as the moon is waning down, all right now being in the sign of Libra, we're going to ingress into the moon in Scorpio, but the actual new moon energy is not going to take place until, what time is that? On the 20th at 1:47 a.m. Okay. So whatever is like you're having to surrender and trust the process is getting you ready for whatever the brand new beginning is. I like it. All right. What's going on here? 12th house is coming out. All right, so this is typically Pisces energy. Something having to do with like karma, shadow, something that may have been kept a secret. It does have to do with spirituality. All right. It brings out this energy of, again, isolation. It feels like some sort of like imprisonment type of energy. All right. So 12th house energy. Why am I seeing 12th house? The sun in Pisces. What about it? Or the sun being in Scorpio trining to this Piscean energy. Is that happening yet? Got it. So today's energy with the sun trining over to Saturn and Pisces. That's what Spirit is calling out right now. Something having to do with your life purpose, all right, is it's trining over to, this could be like past life karma, what's meant to be kept a secret from you, or how something is supposed to shift in your energy. I know it speaks about like the sun and Piscean energy. No, the sun is currently in Scorpio, which is another water sign. So this trine that's taking place is to bring something auspicious out of the energy that we're speaking about before we get into that new moon in Scorpio and where the actual transformation takes place. All right, let me look at this energy here. So that trine already took place at 3 degrees and 56 minutes. All right, and if we go back to that Sabian symbol and we were just speaking about the sun being at 26 degrees and Saturn being at 26 degrees, the sun in Scorpio is speaking about adaptability. All right. And Pisces is speaking about your freedom of choice. All right. Exercising your free will, getting ready for that sense of adventure. What else do I need to see with this? This has to do with your work. Showing me Virgo's energy. I'm seeing the 12th house opposing the 6th house. This is where the nodes are right now as well. South node in Virgo, North node in Pisces. So if you are doing some sort of spiritual work, or your life purpose involves spiritual work, all right, or you uncovering what is kept hidden, secret, all right, I'm seeing Cancer's energy here now as well, which is where we said Jupiter was at 26 degrees as well in the sign of Cancer. All right. You have some sort of responsibility here. You are part of a member of a society of people, all right, that have associations to doing like psychic work. 12th house is like those that are intuitive, those that are have some sort of ability, all right, to tap in. And this is the type of service that you do. That's what I'm seeing. So there's this energy of being like nurturing and caring and more sensitive towards others, all right? These are all like more so water placements. So your emotional state, again, we spoke about this morning, the need to protect and or defend yourself in your emotional state because of the type of work that you do. Okay? You have a sense of responsibility here. You're meant to bring some sort of like change to the energy, or however something is shifting for you. This shift is meant to spark your vision, meaning like your third eye, the way that you see things in the near future and how it's coming before it even happens. Okay? That's what this feels like. So the first quarter moon that takes place after that new moon in Scorpio, I believe is going to be the first quarter moon in Pisces, if I'm not mistaken. So imagine where your commitments are going to be tested when it comes to you understanding the secrets of what is of the unseen. The 12th house is like in the shadows. You understand? Let me just take a look real quick. So first quarter moon taking place is in Pisces at 6 degrees and 18 minutes. All right, so we're going to look at the 7th degree and where that first quarter moon is going to take place and see what the Sabian symbol speaks about. A cross lying on the rocks. So sticking up for your own principles. This came up in the reading this morning. This was about you having to not force your ideals onto other people. But if you live by a specific principle in life, or however you see that, you know, your philosophy is, and however you're gaining knowledge about something, this is part of your life purpose, not someone else's. That's what this is. It says it takes a special kind of person to go against the collective will and ethos in order to be them true selves. So if you are a spiritual person, if you are one that is psychic, that is intuitive, and that is in alignment with the type of work that you're supposed to do here in this specific time frame, all right, you may be challenged for sure. You have to start adapting to whatever the changes are around you, is what it looks like. All right. That energy is going to start gaining momentum. Why is Spirit showing me Eros? This is like eroticism, desire, sex. All right. I'm going to take a peek at it and see where we are right now, because I'm not sure. I know Eros is currently, where are we? That's June. I think we're retrograding with Eros at this time. We are. And I believe it's in the sign of Taurus, ingressing back into Aries. All right. So today is November the 17th. Eros is retrograded now back into the sign of Aries at the 29th degree. Aries at the 29th degree, let's see what it speaks about. a celestial choir singing. All right, so tuning into the sound of the universe. All life is like a melody, and we need to learn how to hear it. So devotion, veneration, as tools of power and of beauty. It says we become more in harmony with life by becoming sensitive to the universal chord. We all have our part to play, in each essential part that adds a little more grace to beautify the whole melody of life, which resonates throughout the universe, is everywhere and always. As we act, we shape it a little more. As we listen, we shape it too. So something's happening here as the energy is gaining momentum with the first quarter moon heading into Pisces. It's like having to do with, your water energies, your emotions. However you do something creative, your water placements more than likely are in either the 5th house or in the 8th house. That's what I see. It's like Spirit is preparing you for what's coming in Sag season, giving you the higher knowledge that you need, allowing you to shift perspective so that you see something where you can be a little bit more adventurous. Get ready for the spark that's coming. All right. This is insane. Let me look at, get a little bit deeper into Eros in the book and look at what it speaks about. Where is it? Here it is. It says Eros is known as the god of desire, popularly referred to as Cupid. So we were speaking about Cupid's arrow the other day, and where Mercury and Mars had a conjunction in the sign of Sagittarius, bringing in this energy of like for couples. I believe it was Sag at the 7th degree, if I'm not mistaken. Cupid knocking at the door. All right, the stirring up of emotions. It says the arrows of Eros can result in chaos, leading us to act blindly in the name of love, overridden by desire. Eros can connect you to your body and sensory gratification. It can also depict your creative passions and the excitement when you dive into your desires. So if we're speaking about creative hobbies or passions or what you bring in a sense of fun here, it says, although it is rooted in physicality, sex can be a transcendent experience as well and provide a spiritual connection that goes beyond the body. Look to Eros when you need to navigate passions as obsessive overriding reason in favor over primal. What is that? Primal pleasures. So if you're on a damn spiritual journey here and your commitment is being tested and something is transforming in your energy, all right, then more than likely, Aries, it speaks about the house of self. All right. It speaks about the house of self. What is it that you desire moving forward? If it's connected, I feel like this is connected not to sex. I feel like it may be because, I mean, we're in Scorpio season, right? Scorpio rules the house of the genitals, right? It speaks about how something is ending and how something else is beginning. I don't know if this has anything to do with your love life, but it could be affecting the stirring up of your emotions. All right, when we seen that conjunction just a couple days ago with Mercury and Mars in the sign of Sag, maybe you want it to be a little bit more adventurous. But this is leading back into Scorpio season. Something's completely about to transform, and it's affecting that of what is kept in the shadows. All right, so things that are quote unquote secret. 8th house energy is secrets. Venus in Scorpio is secrets. Saturn disciplining in the 12th house. It's like bringing structure or discipline on the energy of secrets, things that are kept hidden. Okay, so this could be the stirring up of emotions if everything is coming out on things that things that people have done that they don't want to be seen, or something gains momentum in that type of energy and it affects the emotional state. We're talking about water signs here. All right, so moving into the last decan of this, fall equinox is bringing the shift into let's be a little bit more adventurous. Did you learn, all right, about something here and how to live by your principles? You understand? What else do I need to see? Oh, it's setting us up for Capricorn season. That's what it's doing. 11:11 on the clock. That's crazy. It's setting us up for Capricorn season. So I can tell you guys right now, astrologically, where the transits are about to take place and how we're about to get set up for Capricorn season, because we're going to go through this mutable moon cycle, and then we're going to step into a cardinal moon cycle. Okay. So when we see Mercury go direct in Scorpio, obviously it's going to step back into Sag. It will be moving fairly quickly, so it won't be there for long. But we got, in the month of December, Mars stepping into Capricorn at its exaltation. Okay, we got the Sun entering Capricorn. Venus by then will be in Capricorn. Mercury will enter Capricorn. Juno's entering Capricorn. So what's Capricorn? Discipline, where you need to be tenacious and resilient. Capricorn rules the 10th house. It has all to do with the direction and the purpose in life. Longevity, all right? Leadership, responsibility, things like this. All right, so Capricorn is like the GOAT. You need to be the greatest of all time in Capricorn season. Ooh, this is like speaking to me. This is my season. This is my season right here. This is my season. All right, so obviously, let's just see. This is all leading into, from now November, middle of November, heading into middle of December. There's going to be a major shift as we're going through Sag season. It's getting us prepared for Capricorn season. Because what is this? This is the beginning of the winter solstice. That's where the shift will actually take place. All right, so Spirit is telling us what we're working through on this last decan here of the fall equinox as we're stepping into now Sag season. Okay? Getting us prepared. Why do I see Capricorn's energy? Why is that of significance? So Mercury and Capricorn energy, let's just say, because I'm remembering these cards from my Oracle of the Radiant Sun. Mercury and Capricorn has to do with like an organization, okay? Juno and Capricorn. Juno is that of partnerships, marriage, bonding. Maybe you're going to be, you know, contracted to something involving Capricorn energy. All right. I'm seeing Venus in Capricorn. That is having a connection. It could be romantically or it could just be creatively. All right. With something that's of a great age difference or something that is meant to teach you. All right. And guide you. Capricorn's energy is seen as a leader once again. The Sun in Capricorn speaks about your achievements, your goals. All right. What it is that you want to accomplish. Mars in Capricorn is the energy of like authority around you. Okay, there's going to be so much change that's coming in. Big change. And I feel like that's what's happening. And why Scorpio season is here. It's getting us ready to transform a situation, to learn how to adapt and be a little bit more adventurous so that we become a lot more disciplined in how we are working through this energy of emotion, taking action, all right, becoming more, I don't know why I just heard the word stern, but it kind of feels like you need to like build up, all right, your energy here to get prepared for what's to come. And I'm seeing trines. So this, again, we got trines coming up. They're happening today. With the Sun in Scorpio over to Jupiter Cancer, the Sun in Scorpio over to Saturn in Pisces, and we spoke about the energy already, all right? Adaptability. We spoke about, hold on a second. There it is, your freedom of choices. And your responsibilities. This feels like you're about to become a member of a society of people that do something creatively or is like a hobby in the spiritual community. That's what this feels like. And this is working like auspiciously for you. It's bringing positivity and good luck in your energy. And it's preparing you for, you know what I mean, Capricorn energy. So anytime we see a trine with like, let's just say in earth energies, okay, because Capricorn's an earth sign, we would be seeing like a trine over with the South Node in Virgo, or anytime the moon is in Virgo to bring order to a situation. Something may be from your past life or how you're going to overcome some sort of challenge, all right, with the energy of being disciplined. That's great energy. These trines are not happening yet. The trines are happening in water energies first. They're getting you prepared for Capricorn season. So Uranus, now retrograding back for the very last time in the sign of Taurus, will end up trining over to the Sun in Capricorn at some point. You know what I mean? So whatever the chaos is and whatever is meant to bring in some sort of structure, it will happen. And it will be like positive moving forward, where you feel a little bit more grounded. Okay, like you're building on some sort of solid foundation rather than just kind of letting something float around, because it looks like the transformation will happen. It more than likely has already been illuminated, because it's starting off with these water energies. All right. This could be surrounding your home environment, your deep emotional feelings, and how something is karmically happening in your life for this major ending. See what I'm saying? We're speaking about Pisces energy. Saturn's there, will never be there again after it enters Aries. We're speaking about Neptune and its domicile energy, never being there again once it enters Aries. These are major transits, long term, that will never return back to the sign of Pisces. So anything karmically meant to end in your life, anything that's been kept a secret for so fucking long, or anything that stays in the shadows, it's gone. Saturn is there to restrict. Scorpio's energy is to bring a transformation to the energy, and Cancer, Jupiter being in Cancer, is so that you know how to nurture through what your changes are in your life, so that you can grow and expand and learn the lesson, Jupiter energy, to be able to move forward. You understand? This is affecting, again, the 4th, the 8th, and the 12th houses. Those are the water houses. That's a deep, 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 like a deep hurt. You know what I mean? It's a core wound, and where I feel that's what Spirit is telling me. In Sag season, it's going to trine over to that core wound that you've been dealing with for so long, but it's going to make you stronger and get you ready for Capricorn season. And whereas like you gain that sense of that strength you need. You know what I mean? Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn season. Saturn is like, it's going to make you feel like you can handle some shit and get through it. That's what it feels like. All right, see what I'm saying? It has something to do with your South Node. So when the South Node trines over to, you know, whenever we're with the sun in Capricorn, or when the moon is in Capricorn, that's when you're going to feel like you're overcoming some shit from your past. All right, that's what I felt. It feels like something that's been a karmic challenge from your past life. You're trying to work through that, to get through it, to get on the other side of that. And this can even be like if you have a natural gift from your past life, meaning if you have a sense of purpose here, all right, in your work community, look at this. South Node is in Virgo. There could be literally something from your past life that you were of service with. Maybe you were a health worker. Maybe, I don't know, you were a hard worker and doing something, okay? It's giving me heavy on the water houses. How to deal with people's emotions, how to help transform a situation, how to understand something spiritually, or something that involves psychic and or intuitive abilities, something like that. All right. So this is the time. This is it. It's happening now, or it's getting us prepared for whatever the shift is. It's happening from, you know, fall equinox into winter solstice. All right, so the waxing gibbous moon energy, this is the transit right before we hit the full moon in Gemini, which is happening on December the 4th. So let me just see. I would imagine December the 1st to the 4th would, you know, be of significance to the moon being in Taurus and where it's exalted. All right, and where there's this energy of nurturing and patience and refinement and groundedness. All right, Spirit is showing me this for a reason. So maybe that was what was illuminated at the full moon in Taurus that took place here in November on the 5th, okay? Something had to take place there with, I don't know why I'm hearing like mothering, because Taurus's energy is like, it could be your creativity. It could be associated to beauty, to art, to finances. It could be, you know, associated to what you put in your mouth, the foods that you eat. It's like connected to agriculture, I feel. Things that you desire, because we spoke about Eros, right? Eros was retrograding in the sign of Taurus during that full moon in Taurus. So maybe it was that you desire all these luxurious things, right? I mean, Taurus is ruled by Venus. And Venus now being at its detriment, it feels like a challenge to get to what you want to get to. What's going on with this waxing gibbous moon? Because that's what I feel in the month of December, from like the 1st to the 4th, and where that full moon takes place in Gemini, that's when the waxing gibbous moon takes place. All right. see. Yeah. The moon will be in Taurus, and then it ingresses on the 4th into the moon in Gemini. That's full moon energy. So whatever is being illuminated at that full moon, you're going to have a lot of patience in the beginning of December, all right, for Taurus's placement specifically. That's what I'm getting. All right, we spoke about South Node being in Virgo, 6th house energy. We spoke about Capricorn energy. And now we're speaking about Taurus. Spirit is telling me something about the trine with earth signs and the trine with water signs. Okay? So I don't know if you have like water signs in earth house placements, or you have earth signs in water house placements. Vice versa. That would either be sun, moon, rising, air signs, okay? Or sun, moon, rising, fire signs. It's like the opposition. So there's a lot of confrontation that's going to more so happen so that you come into alignment with the changes that are meant to shift here. Let me just keep pulling. Feels like the energy gets intense. 11:22 on the clock. Spirit told me to look up. I don't know why. Hold on. I'm trying to get lighting in here. There we go. All right, so Spirit does want me to talk about the Chiron transit. All right, and where we're seeing the opposing energy today. So it's the core wounds where you feel the most vulnerable, potential through pain. Okay. Here in Scorpio season, Scorpio to Chiron and Aries is seen as a quincunx. There could be discord with like sun, moon, rising. Scorpio's energy would be Chiron in the 6th house. It could be organization, cleanliness, pets. It could be about renting. It could be about being more efficient, more analytical. All right. You could be looking into the details of something. All right. But Spirit is telling me to speak about the transits, and I chose to do the sun first because the sun's a Chiron's energy, and where we are right now, our life purpose, the transit is, that's where your focus should be. There could be some sort of movement and or change that's going to take place though. See what I'm saying? And with the moon being in the sign of Libra, while this energy is happening, it's basically saying like you're looking for some sort of companionship here with the moon being in Libra. You want to feel partnered to something, or you're seeking a like a contract or something like this. All right, some sort of bonding energy is what it's calling for. Okay, that's what that feels like. What else do I need to see? Air signs are here. All right, so it's speaking about how you can be a bit more expansive, intellectual, and or inquisitive. All right, so the moon in Libra is having a companion that understands you. I would imagine in the way that you guys think the same, something like this, okay? Who else has an air sign right now? The moon in Aquarius that trine over to Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto in Aquarius right now is not at a good, I'm going to be honest with y'all, it's not at a good placement. Because at the 2nd degree, it's like an unexpected thunderstorm. Something that is going to create some sort of change. Nothing will be the same ever again. All right. It says nature is a constant existential challenge to the works of people, fire, floods, and winds that tear down our strongest buildings in the moments. And time itself erodes everything eventually. You know who rules over time, right? Saturn. And where Saturn is creating some sort of discipline in the emotional state, or in the 12th house, should I say, where karma and or secrets are taking place. But that's beside the point. I only say Saturn because Saturn also rules over Aquarius as well as Uranus. By this fact, we are reminded not only how small and insignificant we are, but how magnificent is any creation that stands against nature for a while, yet also we remember the need to develop inwardly the strength to be able to cope with it all. So your strength is being tested here, because what is Pluto doing? It's transforming your life. In Aquarius's energy, it has to be around the communities of people, or how, again, Aquarius is a humanitarian, how you're being of service to other people, or how you become a member to a society of people. You see what I'm saying? So it says submission to unforeseen or uncontrollable forces. Where is Aquarius going towards in the 3rd degree? A deserter from the Navy. This is about the refusal to accept the unacceptable, all right, and how you're going to be refusing to comply with some sort of inappropriate authority in your life, something that is not meant to serve you and your transformation. You understand? It says certain of society's constraints and requirements are simply inappropriate for us, and we cannot and must not comply. So this is why in the reading earlier in the energy check-in, the energy of Mars came out with Aquarius, because it feels that as we prepare with this major shift that's taking place and we want to be more adventurous and more free, all right, it's coming through as if we have to be the rebels to go up against an authority figure in some way, all right, because of the stirring up of emotions, because how we have to start adapting to whatever changes is happening, all right, because we have the freedom of choice to do something. Everybody's opinion more than likely is going to be involved. Why? Because I just spoke about everybody has a way of thinking, and everybody is seeking that companion to be there with them. You know what I'm saying? To try to have a sense of understanding where one is moving in their life purpose. So if something is creating a movement and or a change, it's because someone is dealing with some sort of core wound healing that they have to, you know what I mean, focus on right now. In the sign of Scorpio, Sun, life purpose is what? An ending to a brand new beginning. It's calling for some sort of metamorphosis, quote unquote, the transformation. All right. And more than likely, somebody is dealing with vulnerabilities, all right, or having to push through potential through pain. All right. So let's see. So Aquarius's energy, once again, you guys, as I see air signs, I feel like you guys are going to be dealing with the most change, because Pluto is coming in to destruct everything around you to rebuild, right? And it's starting with what you don't feel you should be dealing with around you, that's going to end up changing anyway. You don't have control of shit. Let me be clear. You don't have control of shit, okay? Everything that's connected to your past life, South Node energy, the North Node being in Pisces, more than likely, this is what's happening in the energy. All right. And I only speak on Aquarius's energy on this one because I feel like Pluto, we're speaking about the transformation. Pluto rules over the sign of Scorpio, and we're in Scorpio season, right? So what happens? Saturn is in Pisces. All right. 12th house energy, quote unquote. We're talking about Piscean energy. It's affecting money. It's affecting your self-esteem. It's affecting your value. It's affecting, more than likely, your possessions. Everything around you is going to shift. And you're going to feel like the spotlight is on you. And why do I say that? It's because your water houses sit in the houses of your earth placements. And where you are meant to be required to be stronger, grounded. You see what I'm saying? I feel like, and you guys are smart enough to know exactly what's going on because Pallas is in your sign. All right. Aquarius is specifically. Now, I want to speak about the fixed signs overall. So let's go into where we are right now with the Sun in Scorpio. Your placements as well, and where your trines are taking place is going to be in your 5th house, and I see that. All right. So the Sun will trine over to the 5th house, which has to do with your fun, your hobbies, your creativity, your contentment, your children. Okay. This could be your focus right now, and where everything looks amazing. But Pluto in the sign of for some rising Scorpios is literally in the house of home, right? So anything destructed around you is more than likely happening in your home environment. Okay. Leos, your water house placements are going to be in your 12th, your 4th, and your 8th houses. Meaning, what's trining for you is exactly what I just called out here. however you're nurturing, whatever's coming out, that secrets, all right, having to do with like your home environment as well. There's gonna be a lot of shifts that are taking place, you guys. A lot. A lot. And Taurus, the last fixed sign that I'm speaking on, you guys got Uranus that just retrograded back. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of chaos that's happening right now to kind of like revamp how you want to present yourself out into the world. Okay. I'm trying to think of like, where's your water house placements? I believe it's in the 3rd, the 7th, and the 11th houses. Yeah. So this could be affecting like how you communicate or how you interact and socialize with other people. The partnerships that you're having specifically right now. All right. And then also your friendships and your communities of people. All right. So because we went through a fixed moon cycle is the reason why I feel like this is the most significant. Wherever your new moon in Scorpio placement is within the next 3 days, that's where your focus is going to be. Me, I'm in Aquarius. My Scorpio placement is in my 10th house. And that has all to do with like my direction, my purpose in life. You know what I mean? It's kind of giving me a sense of authority and where I have a direction and a sense of leadership in what I'm doing career-wise, right? So take a look at your placements or look up your charts and find out what it is that you want to do moving forward, because you should be already preparing as we're focusing right now on this this waning crescent moon energy. You're meant to like surrender the fucking process, okay? Just don't allow emotions to get involved, because more than likely, if you're surrounded by a group of people, everybody's energy, there's a stirring up of emotion, okay? Many different areas and who's dealing with what, okay? Who's dealing with what? And that's just what it is. All right. So astrologically, I can almost feel the shift of a lot of this core wound healing happening right now. 11:33 on the clock. 11:11 in the chat. All right. I want to pull on Chiron real quick. Can you just give me one more on Chiron? Because this is where the opposition took place today. All right, with the moon in Libra. Show me more on Chiron. Lilith, that's crazy. Lilith is in Scorpio. Chiron is in Aries. I spoke about it earlier when I said Sun to Chiron Aries. It's a quincunx, it's discord. Lilith being in Scorpio is like the female Mars in a sign of transformation. Could you imagine what that is? It's like the wrath of feminine energy. I don't want to be submissive to you. I want vengeance. I want power. I'm the activist here. So it kind of brings this like, how do I put this? What's on the bottom? Ah, I see. Okay. Let's just read what it says in the book. I mean, that's the only thing I can explain to you, only what I understand from what I know. But let's read what the book says. All right, Lilith, where are you? Right here. All right, so Lilith embodies your dark side, representing your shadow, your emotions like anger and boundaries. Lilith embraces your inner authority and sense of justice, sexuality expressed here, especially those parts of yourself you choose to show only behind closed doors, okay? So remember, we're speaking about shadows, secrets, things that you don't want to be revealed about you, okay? It says, depending on how well you own your vulnerabilities. We were just speaking about Chiron. These are your core wounds, your vulnerabilities. And Lilith in Scorpio to Chiron and Aries, this is a quincunx. They are at a discord right now with what you don't want other people to know about you. Let's be clear. All right, so it says, look to Lilith to explore the parts of you that are holding on to buried emotions like grief, and how these emotions can propel you into taking aligned action even if you are misunderstood. Okay, so let's pull one more, because it's given like the female Mars. Lilith in the sign of Scorpio is like, I have to go through this death and rebirth, but more than likely I'm gonna fucking fight you because I'm dealing with my own vulnerabilities. That's what this energy feels like. Just saying. All right, so show me more. can't make it up. I can't make it up. There's dissonance. There's adjustments that need to take place, and it causes discord. This is the energy, literally. As if I was literally saying it like this. This is Lilith in the sign of Scorpio. Here's the sun in the sign of Scorpio. Your life purpose is at a discord right now with Chiron and Aries, and wherever those placements are in your chart. All right. So what are your core wounds? Ask yourself that, or write this down on the paper. These are my core wounds. Here in Scorpio season, something is supposed to transform for me. And this is how I know what it is because I feel a sense of discord, or it feels like I want to keep this hidden from the world. That's what you need to go work on. Literally. That's what this is. You don't feel that you're on your life purpose. You don't feel, it could be that you want some sort of revenge, even with Lilith's energy. You want revenge or something. Okay. All right, so I'm seeing a sextile here. Let's see when the sextile starts taking place. Oh, this is December. Let me get out of here. They take place on the new moon in Scorpio day. Uranus in Taurus sextiles over to Neptune in Pisces at the 29th degree. We have the moon in Sag that is going to sextile to Pluto in Aquarius. All right, the moon in Sag wants you to be more optimistic. The whole Pluto in Aquarius and where it is right now at that 2nd degree and where the unexpected thunderstorm energy is, it's like you're supposed to see life as, all life is ephemeral. It says here, let me go down. With optimism and confidence, setbacks will always further our ends. All right, so whatever you have to move forward with the moon in Sagittarius, which is, it wants you to be optimistic, have confidence that whatever's transforming around you, it will change to further your end of something else. All right, so that's going to bring some sort of harmony and compatibility on the 20th with that that new moon in Scorpio ingressing into the moon in Sag. Show me the sextile energy here. Anything else I need to look into? All right, Uranus and Taurus sextiling over to Neptune in Pisces. I forgot. What is the last degree? A peacock parading on an ancient long embellishment. Our personal displays of excellence bears testimony to all that went before us. Individuality seeks both maturity of understanding and full substantiation of worth, wisdom, and wealth. Gifts inherited and improved upon are shown to be in part of the flowering of cultural aspirations and its pride and joy. All right, something is going to shift here. Anything that you seek answers from within, it says it's necessary against popular opinion. This is something that you're working on from within. Your personal display of what you feel is excellent and what you want to bear testimony on. All right, so Uranus is like, yes, I allowed that change to happen in my life. Taurus's energy, wherever that took place, is like, ta-da, I'm here. I'm seeing the peacock parading on an ancient lawn. You know, the peacock came out in the reading the other day. You know what it said? Beware of great pride. Hold on. See the peacock? It spoke about beware of great pride. So your personal your personal display of how other people see you could be of significance. It's like, don't be too cocky out here with your shit, because the energy will shift again. Uranus will retrograde back, and then it will go direct, and it will never come back to Taurus again. See what I'm saying? But it's not for you to feel that you're retrograding back to time, to go, parade on everybody else's, oh, well, look at me up here. No, it's so that you can feel accomplished. Taurus's energy, you feel grounded. You feel that you've achieved a specific goal, whether Taurus is money. All right, again, we spoke about this energy. It's like, it's almost telling you, be humble. Be humble. You know what I'm saying? The sextile is going to bring, yes, it's a compatibility, it's harmony, it's great. All right, it brings you a sense of ease. But let's look to Neptune and Pisces at that 29th degree. Because this speaks about spirituality, this energy. A prism. Seeing God in everything. How the hell you think? Who put you on that platform? God did. Who gave you that idea? God did. Who allowed you to feel what you felt? God did. Right? It says there are two directions that concern us deeply, whether we are looking for God or looking as if through God's eyes. simultaneously looking for God and looking through God's eyes. The white light is divided into a diversity of rainbow colors by a raindrop or a prism, and it shows clearly the allegory of the relationship between the one and the many. Isn't this what we've all been seeking for? The understanding of our relationship with God. God chose to express itself as diversity, the creator that created a multiplicity of facets of itself. So we see God in everything that we do. Everything that we do. And God sees everything that we do. You see what I'm saying? It says we cannot therefore ever expect to end our evolutionary journey since God itself is not static. The creator is creative and so always changes its expression like a kaleidoscope. Life itself therefore requires differentiation, so remaining adaptable to whatever changes you're going to experience. And then it says we do not know God only by surrendering the self. We need to be able to express the self creatively. What were we speaking about here? The fifth house energy and how we were going to be doing something creative. And it's like God gave us the idea to go do it. Do it. Be in a sense of adventure. I'm seeing, Leo's energy to Sagittarian energy here. Chiron, which is also in the sign of Aries. Aries, Leo, Sag. Look at the energy. That's fire. You on fire with something. Literally. You're like on fucking fire. Dealing with your core wounds, being a little bit more adventurous, and what you're doing here, you're being self-expressive. And it's because you're working through what God wanted you to see. That's crazy right there. I love the way that was explained. Okay. Let's move forward. So whatever your vulnerabilities are, whatever adjustments you need to take place with, however discord ends up taking place, it's to get you at your further end. On the other side of something. Yeah. There's a water energy. And it started off with this. The 12th house. Cancer's energy. And the 8th house. Alright. So again, when we're speaking about the transformation that has to take place, moving past karma, shadows, and secrets, and how to be more loving, caring, and nurturing in connection to your roots, your family, your foundation, that's more than likely where you need to start expanding. It should feel a little bit more fluid. Or working through the mysteries of how your emotions are stirred up. You need to refresh your energy somehow, some way. Second house energy, it could have anything to do with finances, values, and or some sort of possession. 11:44 on the clock. I keep seeing these energies, and it's giving me master numbers. All right. The moon in Libra this morning, when I did the energy of the check-in, 1 second. We were at 25 degrees of the moon in Libra. We were at 25 degrees of the sun in Scorpio. And we were also at 25 degrees of Jupiter in Cancer and Saturn in Pisces. Y'all know my number 25 is everything to me because it gives me like a high priestess, hierophant energy. There's a lesson that you were supposed to be learning here. And I feel like your archangels are trying to align you with where you need to be right now. All right. Speaking of Libra, at the 25th degree, sorry, the 26th degree, it was an eagle and a dove turning into one another. And it was speaking about how you're going to master something. It said higher consciousness has aspects of love, will, and intelligence, which can operate in unison in any advanced person. So if you feel that you've mastered something in your life, more than likely you're overcoming whatever this energy is that requires, what did we speak about earlier with the moon in Libra? It was a sense of companionship. All right, that brings you a sense of peace and ease into your life. All right, I'm going to clear these cards out. I got the dog whining at the door. Give me 1 second. All right, what I'm going to do is pull from Wisdom of the Oracle, and we'll do a tarot spread and see if there's anything that we're missing in this reading. Thank you, Brenda, for being here. I appreciate you. Yeah. I feel like you're seeking peace. There goes the energy of that dove. All right, so how are you seeing something at a higher perspective? Because it says an eagle and a dove turning into one another. That's where we were this morning. You're seeking peace in your life. And you know what's the energy of peace? It sits in the 5th house. It's part of your happiness, your contentment, where you feel like you want to self-express and have a sense of joy, right? Through your hobby or what you have interest in. However you can be creative. All right, there's something around you going like round and round, or you feel that way. this could be like repeated cycles. It could feel like a retrograde phase. I mean, we got a lot of retrogrades happening right now, right? Mercury's in retrograde, Jupiter's in retrograde, Saturn's in retrograde, Uranus is in retrograde, Neptune's in retrograde, Chiron's in retrograde. All right, we have the asteroids that are in retrograde as well, meaning, who's there? Pallas is now direct. Ceres is retrograde, Eros is retrograde, and so is the Psyche. In the signs of Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. First 3 houses of you trying to express yourself, right? Like the house of self. Yeah, you got blessings coming your way. I feel like you're tired of repeated patterns. All you're seeking is peace in your life. I'm seeing number 22, 23, and 25. All right, so these are like the upcoming days from, you know, what we're experiencing here this week into next week. The 22nd is on Saturday. The 23rd is on Sunday. The 25th is on Tuesday. All right, and these are when the moon is ingressing into Capricorn all the way through Aquarius. The 10th and the 11th houses. Okay. Which are both ruled by Saturn. And Uranus rules over the 11th house as well. All right. Peace, round and round, and blessings. What else are you seeking here? Messages in the bottle. All right. Some sort of synchronistic signs could be coming up. Maybe it's in your dream state. I don't know. I'm seeing the number 15. It showed me the devil, but I've seen it as Capricorn energy. We just said the moon in Capricorn. All right. So something comes up this weekend that comes in and gives you a leg up. I'm seeing the Emperor and the Empress. So I'm seeing like 34. Interesting. The moon in Capricorn on the 22nd. We're going to see that day Mercury in Pisces. I'm sorry, Mercury in Scorpio trine over to Jupiter in Cancer. All right. Interesting. What else has happened in that day? The moon in Sag is going to trine over to Chiron in Aries. We're speaking about things that are auspicious, that are bringing in your blessings, your good luck, your fortune. On the 23rd, it looks like the moon in Capricorn is going to sextile over to the North Node in Pisces, meaning that's part of your purpose. Oh, wow. That's crazy. The 24th, we see the moon in Capricorn sextile over to Venus in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio, and then we also see it sextile over to Saturn in Pisces, leading into a sextile over to the following day on the 25th to Neptune in Pisces. And then the moon will be in Aquarius by that day, and it will sextile to the sun in Sag. This is good energy, big energy coming up. You're going to see some sort of synchronistic sign, or a message comes in and how you're going to get a leg up, more than likely during the moon in Capricorn. And it may have something to do with like a mother figure, father figure, if it has something to do with your counterpart. All right. And how you've had to go through situations round and round and finally seeking a sense of peace in your life. All right. What else am I seeing here? Something has to be fair. Something has to come into balance. Something has to come into balance. And there's nothing else happening right now in the sign of Libra besides when the moon is Libra right now. So this is something that you're seeking for things to be fair, okay? I don't know if you're trying to do something by the book. Interesting. I feel like some sort of rules or something has to be applied. I don't know. I'm hearing like follow the leader. Capricorn energy is a leader. That's where we're, you know what I mean? This weekend we're stepping into that moon in Capricorn. There's something about leadership here. Treasure Island. Something slowly but surely gets across for you to receive some sort of abundance, or there could be like an abundance of love coming your way, something like this. All right. This for me feels like a father and a child, or a mother and a child. Or this could just be like, again, the number 34, I was seeing Emperor and Empress. This could be like your counterpart giving you a leg up somehow. If you're not in a relationship with someone romantically, it could be someone that is someone that's close to you. I don't know. Oh, this is higher power. Spirit correcting me real quick. Wow. Higher power is coming in and give you a leg up. Yeah, I'm seeing the Emperor energy there. That's like Father God is like, baby, I got you. Saturn energy makes fucking perfect sense. It's like, to be fair and to do things by the book, something that's structured, disciplined, yes. It's like you deserve to be at peace. You've been going round and round with something. It's time for your blessings to come in. This is amazing. Yeah, because you've been more than likely going through some sort of chaos and conflict here. And something is just not for you. If it's fucking with your energy that bad, it's not for you. Wow. All right, let's pull some tarot on it. Three of Pentacles with the Five of Swords as I split the deck. There could be a sense of authority around you that is creating some sort of conflict. But it's like, it's a mental conflict type of thing. That's what I feel this is. Show me this energy at peace. It's back. Let me be clear. We were speaking about the dove. You've mastered somebody that tried to work against you or collaborate against you. And now you feel like you're at peace. You have a sense of authority in your own energy. Let me go back to that Sabian symbol. An eagle and a dove turning into one another is what I was speaking on when I saw the dove come out on that card. The card speaks about the peace that you need. You see something at a higher consciousness level, whether it's love, intelligence, or how you can operate in unison around someone else. Or this is you as an advanced person being at peace. Three of Pentacles is basically saying, like, you've mastered your own shit. Maybe you're seen as a leader now. This is Mars and Capricorn energy. We spoke about that. You being part of like leadership energy. Yeah, you do something independently though. You have a freedom of choice. Is how I'm hearing this. This is freedom. Independence. That's what brings you in happiness and brings in a sense of peace into your life. Emotional balance. And it's your passion that you do. Okay. Show me what is this energy of round and round. Show me this energy of round and round. Page of Pentacles. Do you feel like you had to like study something to master it over and over and over and over again? Page of Pentacles is a student. The Four of Pentacles. The Sun in Capricorn, in order for you to accomplish a specific goal. To build some sort of solid foundation, or where you feel the most rooted. Maybe someone wanted to hold you in position so that you keep going round and round and round, having to like master something, or them trying to master you. Oh, wow. I just heard the word unity, and I know we got conjunctions coming up. What is that having to do with whoever's starting the mental conflict? Or however you feel like you need to quote unquote detach. That's a Venus and Aquarius energy. We've seen it earlier already. Page of Swords. Do you feel like somebody's consistently watching you or spying on you? Or trying to gather information about you? Could it be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, masculine energy? Yeah. Trying to create a tower or something around you. But it's for a reason, because your blessings are coming. So let it happen then. Because I see it right here. Chaos and conflict. It's because you're moving. This came out in the reading this morning. You're going to be moving away for your blessings to come in. This has to happen. It has to be in alignment this way. Brenda's like, pow. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. I feel like it was manifested that way. That's crazy that you put up the fucking round and round energy. Look at it right here. I don't know if someone tried to manipulate a way of you moving forward, but it's meant to happen that way, maybe. I don't know. It's like, pow. I'm fucking cracking up. Let me see your blessings. Well, you know, yeah, let's just do it. Show me your blessings. Or I feel like you're highly favored by higher power because it's clearly somebody's coming in and give you a leg up. Your blessings is Piscean energy. It was so that you can see something at a higher perspective. Maybe you took a step back and did something differently and showed that you've mastered something here. Again, it was speaking about how can you operate in unison. I've seen unity and I felt like conjunctions. Where's the conjunctions again? Hold on. They're happening on the 20th. New moon in Scorpio. All right, so the moon in Scorpio conjuncting the sun and conjuncting that of Mercury. When the moon ingresses into Sag, it will still be at the degrees for that. Oh shit! Somebody's doing something malicious for a mother figure or for their wife. Okay, or just whoever the feminine energy is. I don't know. There could be jealousy of the Empress, jealousy or envy of the Empress, something like this. Show me what the Hangman is. What is this? How is it that you receive your blessings? The Empress is coming out again so that you can gain perspective about who this person is. The King of Wands. Why is the King of Wands here? The World card and the Ten of Wands. I don't know if someone was communicated to go like burden you because you were going through an ending with this fire sign. That's truth. Was the fire sign the one that manipulated the situation or manipulated the water sign to go create the destruction in order to create some sort of ending? Because it was communicated that way. That's the truth. Yeah, to kind of like, I don't know, delays someone's investment and to betray them so that they won't be able to move forward with something here. The Hierophant. It could be part of whoever the organization is that's behind this. Maybe the Emperor has some sort of attachment or made the decision to connect with that organization. Maybe the whole family did. Damn. I don't know. Okay. It's given like this Emperor made a choice to collaborate with whoever the organization is and included the entire family. Or this could legit be that this Emperor wants to have a connection in love and or seeks marriage, but whoever's involved here was creating the tower so that this person would have to, you know what I mean? Move forward. Something's not fair though, because something's coming into balance so that it becomes fair. So show me message in the bottle. I feel like you intuitively, more than likely, you're receiving synchronicities or the messages are coming to you. All right. And how somebody actually needs to do some shit by the book. Like you don't send somebody in to create a tower into somebody's life just so that you can force to have a brand new beginning. Maybe that's what this is. Show me message in the bottle. Damn. It's almost like everybody's attacking one person so that you would understand how to lead other people. You understand? That's what this feels like. Because it's basically like follow the fucking leader type shit. Literally. Show me the message in the bottom. I think we get the point here. This is Mercury and Cancer energies. Like somebody's intuition is on point here. Whether that's like someone celebrating. I don't know. I'm seeing the star at the bottom of the deck. Somebody's supposed to be celebrating the star. All right. or that was the message. The whole family involved or something like this. It's weird as fuck. Yeah, but someone's trying to control something in the background. The Two of Pentacles is like, again, going round and round with this person. It's like blocking your blessings or something when you're just trying to be at peace. Keeping this High Priestess going round and round because someone's in this energy of like grievance. Is dealing with sorrow, heartbreak, and or loss. So let's just say astrologically, as we were speaking about the transits, the way that things are changing and the stirring up of emotions and how people are having to like push forward and be a little bit more adventurous, and the changes and dealing with core wound, you know what I mean? Vulnerabilities. It kind of feels like somebody's trying to stand in the way of someone's progress by trying to delay them, but rather they need to learn how to do something by the book. Okay? That's the message in the bottle. Show me the by the book energy then. What does that look like? Because it's being protected. Like you're getting a leg up by higher power. Even if it feels like you're going through chaos or conflict, and how something around you is I don't know why I wanted to say transitioning. It could just be a transition. All right? Not just a transformation. It could be a transition. I wanted to say it that way. All right? Show me this energy of like by the book. It feels like there's a sense of leadership that's needed here because one has mastered something already. This could be in your spiritual community. I don't know. All right. See what I'm saying? Somebody gets something done and it's like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? It feels like quick-witted. It's by the book. We do it this way and it works. It's well. You know what I mean? It works well. Yeah, it brings something back into balance. I'm trying to tell you. It's only fair. It's only fair. Somebody wants money. Somebody wants money. You know what this, I'm going to be honest, you know what this feels like? Because I'm seeing the Two of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the King of Swords. You're going up against somebody that's like very like leadership, stern. It's given like, this is what I say, this is how I do it. But they don't understand or they don't see someone else going through something here. All right, it's maybe because they don't want to be seen how much pain they're going through or something like that. Okay. Something doesn't seem to be fair. It's like, but I don't want to see that. I don't care to see that. Something like this. Somebody doesn't care to see it. Someone's, I don't know. It's weird. What is that? Somebody's dealing with a sense of like entrapment in their mind. All right. Hold on. The message in the bottle is there should be some sort of like celebration, all right, involving whoever has this wish fulfillment, the family dynamic, the Ten of Pentacles, but it kind of feels like something needs to be done by the book. If there's someone that's very quick-witted, or there's this interest in, okay, things need to be in balance, it kind of feels like there's, how do I explain this? You've got somebody that is, I'm going to go off of the pictures. You've got somebody already that's in balance, that's asking for somebody that doesn't even have it. I hope this makes sense. But it's because they feel like they are not seen. So it brings a sense of authority out in their energy. All right, and if they don't feel seen, it leaves them in a sense of entrapment in the mind or feeling stuck, and it makes them go through a sense of grievance. You know what I'm saying? So something here has to be fair. I would imagine this person is only connected to materialistic things. Queen of Pentacles and the Devil, that's a whole lot of earth energy there. What was that behind the devil? This is someone that more than likely tries to protect their emotional state. All right. Or needs to defend themselves to protect their emotional state. Something like that. You got hidden enemies out here, or just things that are in the shadows. Ace of Cups. This feels like this right here feels like that Chiron and Aries core wound thing. Hidden emotions, the need to heal, understanding there is vulnerabilities. It kind of feels that way because this would be like emotional loss. You know what I mean? Someone that doesn't know how to process the emotions of something and isn't fair, all right, in reciprocation, more than likely it has a lot to do with something doesn't like, okay, hold on, how do I explain this? Doesn't like to be said that things need to be done by the book. It kind of feels like their reaction would be a little bit like, you know, responsive to be as part of like an attack, or immature, as I'm seeing it as the knight stepping into the Page of Wands. A little immature. All right. But something has to come into balance here. That's what this feels like. Show me one more on this to be fair energy. So I feel like higher power is coming in, all right, to give somebody a leg up here. Six of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. That new moon in Scorpio. This is showing Sun in Scorpio energy. All right, this is the Wheel of Fortune. So it's changing something in the dynamic to make things fair. To make things fair. All right, the Queen of Swords. There could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We just saw the Queen of Pentacles. There could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We also saw the Queen of Cups. It could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Feminine energy is here. All right, because the blessings is supposed to be seen as a higher perspective on the Empress's energy. All right. There's something going on here. Oh, I see what this is. Careful now. Push it back on the door because she keeps trying to come. Ooh, watch your face. Push it like that because that door keeps opening. Somebody is like, I'm feeling the energy of the chaos, the ending, community, home, family, foundation, new beginning, victory. This looks good. Okay? That looks good. Whatever that is. But it's in order to have some sort of like, this is like a spiritual protection. This is somebody that either feels like they've been like a warrior out here doing some shit, all right, or having a lot of people coming up against them. This feels like the heartbreak of whatever the masculine was trying to do back there. You know what I mean? Whatever that was. This is justice. All right, so show me this energy of the leg up and how higher power is coming into this connection. 1 second. The Knight of Cups, the Seven of Cups. Oh, this is a secret. This is a secret that it's not exposed. It's not exposed yet. The Knight of Cups could be someone coming into court. Okay. Something that a mother figure told to keep someone their mouth shut about it. About some sort of secret. Because the Empress is up there. All right, in connection to someone's blessings. How the blessings are coming through. How someone, I can't speak. How someone's wish fulfillment is about to be celebrated with the entire family, or like the foundation of building some sort of legacy and empire, some shit like that. All right. But it was supposed to be kept hidden. It's because someone's focusing on the healing again of some sort of emotional loss. So whatever the attack was is the reason why someone's moving on. Yeah, something like that. All right. Show me this, the leg up, how it comes through with higher power. Now I'm seeing the energy here. It's like someone's been keeping the lover a secret, or who they're courting a secret, or didn't expose something. That's so funny that I see that. All right. Let's do this. Oh, yeah, I'm on point. Spirit says I'm on point. All right. So higher power is going to allow the high priestess to come through and bring some sort of victory in and something being balanced. Those that were keeping something hidden, it being exposed. That's what it is. Yeah. All right. Someone assertively moves in with a soulmate or something like that, resides in a new home. Somebody's been waiting to, you know what I'm saying? Expose this energy. All right. Welcome in, you guys. I don't know if this is literally a lover or a choice, but somebody's been waiting and the Emperor is here. Okay. Oh, wow. So more than likely where you have to keep some sort of boundary up is to protect the heart space because of the separation that takes place. The angels are in the background helping you keep something in balance, asking that you be patient because there is others that are working up against you, that type of thing. All right. So this would be more so seen as whatever, you have to be more adaptable or flexible too. That's what it feels like. That's what this feels like. Overcoming whatever that chaos or conflict is. That's this. All right, so if something's not for you, then more than likely it's leaving your life. And it could be that you're like in between worlds right now. Everything seems very like hot and cold, or it kind of feels like as you're trying to step into the new life, something is like unfinished business back here. It could be that. Yeah, it feels like a never fucking ending story. Something you go round and round and round with. Yeah. So if you are, I don't know if it's a sense of frustration or if you feel that you are being ignored or you don't feel like you're seen or you feel like you don't get justice, higher power is coming in to bring something into balance, to expose whatever it is that's happening in the background. Because it's almost like if someone was told to keep something a secret, it kind of feels like there's a lover that's coming in to help you up. You know what I mean? If it's not a lover, it's someone that's there to support you emotionally. That's what that feels like. Okay. I'm not going to speak on that. I don't want to speak on that. I don't want to speak on that. That just kind of gives me an oversight look of whatever I just told you guys, but I won't say it. I'm sorry. You know, when I first started this reading, the sun was out, like shining, and it's like real windy outside. The sun is gone. I don't feel that this, whatever this dynamic of this tower is going to more than so bring change and have your blessings come in, but it's not going to be pretty at all. It's not going to be pretty. It's a long ass reading. I feel like we needed to get into that though. I'm doing an all signs today, and I did say I was doing one for members, so. Spirit is telling me stay positive and whatever your mindset is set on. Think about it like you have that treasure chest on the way. Something needed to be cleaned up around you, all right, in your life. You needed to be moving in a sense of humility and how to create what it was that you were imagining, all right? Because again, we see everything through God's eyes, or it's as if we see everything through God's eyes. Okay. Pisces energy, that's your imagination. That's where you're meant to create, all right, with Neptune being there. And that trine or that sextile, again, takes place on the 20th, yeah. Like whatever you want to see changing, It's given harmony, all right, and compatibility and things being at ease by the 20th, which is this upcoming Thursday. Be careful that you're not around a false community of people. All that glitters is not gold. December 17th could be of significance. I've seen 1217 on the clock. Somebody could be spying in on if you're loyal to someone, if emotionally, if you feel balanced. All right, every time I see this observer card, it could be like observing your emotional state, if you are loyal to somebody or not. All right, the by the book energy is back out here. Like, can you do things in, I'm hearing, in order? Because there's something like really good for you on the other side of whatever that is. It's part of your new life. That's why. You're going to be mending it with someone here. And whoever you're mending with is going to be at peace. You're going to be at peace there. And I feel like that's where this reading started. It was very significant for you to be at peace. Because that's where your blessings were meant to come in. Who's putting this false, like, outlook on a situation in connection to this community? Because it's all that glitters is like someone putting a mask on. All right, putting a mask on. The King of Swords, the person that feels like they're not seen, the one that is overly stern. All right. This person has I feel a control issue. Or is connected to a community of people that has control issues. The King of Swords, the Star, and the Seven of Wands. This is someone that was told to protect this star. But this person feels that all that glitters, all right, more than likely the star is meant to glitter. It's like, don't feel that you deserve a position or something in this community of people. Okay. Or if you feel that there's a sense of authority around you, all right, and you need to defend yourself, it's because you know that all that glitters is not gold. It's like this person wouldn't be honest with you moving forward with something like that. Show me the community. What is this community all about? Eight of Wands, High Priestess. This is the community of those that are the intuitives, the psychics that I told you. They get messages from abroad. All right, Mercury and Sag energy, Pisces energy. This has seen as if through God's eyes. God is giving you messages and you are to reveal them. The community of psychic, those that have those abilities. All right. Something's going on here with like the sense of imprisonment around those that are High Priestess. Somebody wants to keep you imprisoned. That's the 12th house energy. It's karmic. It's because you're revealing secrets, things that are meant to be kept in the shadows. They don't like that you're revealing these messages, this community of people. So if there's someone stern around you, it's more than likely it's because, oh, all that glitters is not gold. I don't want you to see that person that way. I don't want you to go focus and allow other people to say you're healed. I don't want to. It's given something here. Yeah, it's given something here. Okay. The Nine of Pentacles, this person doesn't like that you're free, that you're independent, that you can reap the fruits of your own labor. Something like this. I don't know if this is like a boss. Okay. Or someone that feels that they're not heard or seen in some way. All right. That's what it feels like. Yeah. There's something going on here. It could be in the workplace as well. I'm saying because you feel like you've mastered something, if you've become like a healer in some way, or you're this High Priestess energy and you work through your emotional state and you're meant to observe other people's emotional state, or that's how they're observing you. But it kind of feels like if you're mastering something at a higher consciousness, at a higher perspective, you're seen as the High Priestess. You're illuminated at the crown. You know what I mean? It gives that. Yeah. this is a side note. I don't know if you're working around a specific group or community or of people, again, that all have the same type of abilities. Could you imagine everybody having their own little, like, you know what I mean? Skill in the way that they understand something intuitively, or see psychic abilities, or has dreams about something. Everybody having, it kind of feels like a disagreement or some sort of conflict in between that energy. All right. That's what that feels like. So let me see what's being observed here. Let's see what's being observed. The Hierophant, the community of people. All right. Maybe the community of people, or those that have higher power. I'm seeing High Priestess and Hierophant energy are observing your emotional state. Are you doing things by the book? Are you remaining loyal in connection with, relationships, romantically, platonic, friendships, family, however? All right. Are you communicating what we're telling you to communicate? Okay. It's like someone feels that the mask is pulled off. Okay. That's what that feels like. It's like the mask is pulled off. So you're being observed by higher power. That's what I feel like. Are you ready for your new life? Show me by the book. Somebody has to be the leader. Someone else has to follow. And that could be the major change, all right, overall. Because it could be affecting many different areas, not just the spiritual community, but it could be affecting a family, home, environment, all right, children. It could be affecting a lot of different things. So show me by the book. The King of Cups. The Hermit. And the Fool card. Whoa. So the Hermit I'm seeing in the picture is like, obviously it's searching for the star. All right. There was supposed to be some sort of brand new beginning that took place here. All right. This could be having someone go through the dark night of the soul and understanding that there is a new beginning on the other side of something difficult, and where they remain in isolation, or something is like, it prepares you for your new life. I'm telling you. It prepares you for your new life. Like something brings peace into your life. And if all that glitters is not gold, with this King of Swords remaining stern or trying to do something or force, all right, it's like, this is where you feel like you have to defend, all right, yourself, if you're the star, or whatever you have some sort of wish fulfillment with. And it gives the Nine of Pentacle energy. So it gives you that sense of freedom that you're looking for. Aquarius' energy, they love their freedom. Not just Aquarian energy. I'm speaking about collectively. If this is a community of people, this is spiritual values, and how a counterpart at the Most High is of significance here. Okay? At the Most High. Let me see this loyal heart energy. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's almost like your spiritual principles, your spiritual values, your ideals, everything that you live by would have to be like done by the book. All right. This Hermit energy is guiding someone in their emotional state. And who's being observed, whoever that person is by the Most High. And somebody else sees, whoever knows that you're a loyal person is the one that wants to take you away from all the heartbreak that you've dealt with, so that you know the truth about it. It's like, someone either coming in to court you or wants to support you during a time of hardship because you're going through emotional loss. Okay. I'm seeing 12:26 on the clock. All right, so something about like the day after Christmas. All right. Treasure Island is the way I saw. That's crazy, because look at the spirits here. Again, something was supposed to be fair. Something was supposed to be brought into balance. As soon as I looked up, the clock hit 100 minutes for me. All right. So I don't know if this is like, I just saw the emoji, like you 100 with it. Like something like that. Something like that. Or like 100% right. Or 100%, you know what I mean? Something. That's what that feels like. I feel like spirit is not revealing everything that is about to bring you in some sort of treasure island, because to everybody you look like you don't got shit. And I feel like spirit is not going to give you what they want to give you up until something works out the way that it's supposed to work out. See what I'm saying? Something that's meant to bring you in a sense of like mending it with somebody or being at peace in your new life. Spirit's not going to give you that up until you've seen what you needed to see. It's something like that. If you're not with someone that's connected to you in love that's loyal, if you feel like you had to emotionally withdraw, if you went through heartbreak, sorrow, if you had to focus on rejuvenating your energy, I feel like higher power has a hand in all of this in guiding you to your brand new life. Or some sort of brand new beginning. That's what it feels like. That's what that feels like. Alright. I like it. I like it. Alright. I think we've said enough. Again, we're gonna go through and do the all signs reading. Today's energy feels really spiritual, so typically if it doesn't resonate with the collective, sometimes my all signs reading comes out as like storyline for all signs, so just take it as it resonates. But I feel that there is something that's going to shift. It's already happening. It's getting ready to happen. All right, so just surrender and trust during this moon cycle. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.